Hello everyone and welcome to Mordheim Madness Season 1. My name is Karond and we're here for the playoffs and the very first round of the losers bracket. This means that both of these players are on elimination here. If any one of these loses, they are out of the tournament. If you win, you go through to another elimination game, and so it goes. Compared to the winner's bracket, Quist, who ended up second in his group, has not been part of the winner's bracket, but Kriskardiac has. He lost to Hole Poker in the first round and being sent down here to the elimination rounds. As you can see, we are going to play on Merchants Quarter Map 2. And it's going to be Skaven versus Mercenaries. We're going to watch this game from Quist's perspective. And I do think that these two players might be somewhat even. They're a little bit inexperienced, and it might be a slight advantage to Quist due to how he has made his warband and also due to previous tournament experience. But we will see how that plays out. For now, let's just wish both of these players good luck and let's get on to the game. Alright, we seem to have started the game a little bit without us, so we're jumping into the middle here, trying to figure out what's happening. So we see that the score is still 0-0, and it is Hunter the Darkness, which means that both of the players have been scattered. And we can see that here they haven't gotten very far. It's just the very first unit's turn here with the Warlocks. We haven't missed much. Scattered, so no deployment. Didn't miss out on anything then. Gonna have to move back with this Warlock to the rest of his team. They seem to be a little bit divided still. See Exhauster Master being used. Gonna make up a pop-up here to get a refresher of what that actually does. You can see it gives him more movement, more blue pills that he could use for example with movement like he's doing here. Warlock's always very dangerous hit and run units. You can see that there are actually 2 of them here in Quist's warband along with 3 marksmen. So very heavy on the shooting here. It's going to be up to Kriskardiac to get close to him. Take a look at top left corner of the map here. We see that the morale is 166 for Quist and 205 for Kriskardiac. So bit of an advantage here to Kriskardiac. We saw a warp guard there being a little bit isolated from the rest. Plague here being damaged. Regular hand shot, minus 10% hit chance for 1 turn. Don't put him on the stairs. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's a position where he can be disengaged from. So that was a mistake from Quist opening up that warp guard he just fired that could just easily go there and hold him up. See, the initiative here is clearly to the advantage of Quist, and that's gonna help him to deliver some much needed damage here before Kriskardiac starts to move. Yeah, was that really worth it? That's a lot of blue pills wasted. Very undecisive, running out of time here. Gonna put his unit in another... Oh, sees a nice way to put in a nerve shot here. I don't know why he puts in a nerve shot though, to be honest. because he put it on the Globadier here, and the Globadier is probably not going to be full of parries or Web of Steel. So it's a very odd choice here. Not a great start by Quist, really. I don't think he's done any... I mean, the Warlock did decent damage, we saw that. We're gonna see what the other Warlock here will do, but... why not just focus fire on the Sorcerer Leader here? The Sorcerer Leader is coming up, had a good opportunity to kill him. Maybe the Warlock will do that. Oh, that's unlucky. An unfortunate bug with Mordheim. Sometimes you have these invisible walls turning up. But I don't like that Quist has started out this engagement by putting all three of his marksmen right next to a wall so they could be tied up for the rest of the game and not do anything. I don't think that's a very good move. It's a really poor move. Can this Warlock reach and start firing down on the Sorcerer Leader before he gets to move? Possibly. I see a single isolated Warp Guard here. Will be dealt a little bit of damage. Gonna see Armor of Lead here coming into play too. Yeah, I don't know. So -3 movement for that particular Warp Guard. Was that worth 3 red pills? I would have preferred doing damage. And what is he gonna do with the remaining 3 red pills here? See the invisible wall here on the stairs. Yeah, waste more seconds on it. You know it's there. It's not gonna go away. Yeah, I don't think he has used any of his units to their full effect yet. Gonna see what Kriskardiac can do if he can put up a better show. Could have gone and killed that unit Snick, but no. No, none of the ranged units wants to do that after the first Warlock intervened. That might pay. Gonna be pay costly for Quist. Oh, it's all the way down there. It's gonna take quite a while to get up. So doesn't really get anywhere. Heavy armor necromancer too. It's not every day you see that. I think he's heavy armor at least. That could be light armor. Warpstone Overshot! Which is an interesting spell, because as you can see here it says it applies a debuff of 30 to 40 damage on the target's second turn, but has no effect on the first turn. And Gathering Wordstone removes the debuff. It's not stackable. But it's actually not true, and we found that out thanks to Kriskardiac actually. And it seems that it's the only debuff spell in the game that also applies intelligence damage. So we should probably see around 60 damage for that little investment on the second turn. I can see that he goes around spreading it out. It makes it the most damaging spell in the game per red pill. unless it's multiple target. And while that's good, it also comes with severe drawbacks, like you don't do the damage right now, you can't stack it, level combat of Sigmar can. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be exposed. Hans Holbein, I don't think he's gonna survive now. I'm just... you can see... I don't know. These two players are in the losers bracket, but I don't feel that any of them have so far shown a decent move, except for the first Warlock here. It's quite a few mistakes from both players, and hope that it's put down to nervousness and that it improves. Because right now I don't see any of them going through after this. One of them is going through, but how are they gonna be able to handle the winner between Pharaoh and Dig? Which is most likely going to be Pharaoh, but still. Let's see if we can get more units revealed here. See what the Globadier can do. He's pretty far off from the rest of the units. At least it's a fast-paced game now. Hunter in the Darkness always produces that, down to deployment, and everything is randomly spread out. Okay, we see a Black Skaven here. There's a mace, probably a heavy damage dealer, might be using Black Hunger and skills like that to produce a lot of damage with Adrenaline Rush. Is he gonna use this unit? Could be that this particular sorcerer leader is an order leader that you use in combination with the Black Skaven and one other hero that we have yet to be revealed here. Also haven't seen most of the henchmen of Kriskardiac yet, but we can assume that they are probably all warp guards. I have to be careful with the sorcerer leader. Kind of a nice little VFX here of the Warpstone Overcharge. It's like you hit with 1,000 needles. Here comes the Globadier. Let's hope he does something productive. Remember that this Globadier is under nerve shot, so he can't go into parry, but why would he ever want to? Ah! See Mark of Dismay here. From the weapon or the helmet, doesn't matter, it's minus 12% to Fear, Terror and All Alone tests. Ah! Minus 24% now. And it's gets easier and easier to hit as well using the warp ammo. Stacking minus 6 melee and range resistance. So that's minus 18 now. Going to go back into cover. It was a good move. I think that was a good move. My throwback. Obviously Kriskardiac needs to get engaged though, I think with most of his henchmen and tying down all of this range. Particularly the 3 marksmen are very vulnerable right now. And getting to them would be a good choice. But it would also be nice to get the Black Skaven and other damage dealers into the Warlocks as soon as possible, because they're gonna start doing damage. They're not gonna be foolish and enter Overwatches all game. They're gonna do some things. I believe this is the warp guard that is under -3 movement, is it not? From Armor of Lead? Still waiting for the last hero to be revealed here for Kriskardiac, what he's bringing. Captain here is also a bit further away than the rest of from his team, as well as some of the heavy armored warriors here. They need to get up to the front lines very quickly. Which just highlights that Quist should probably pull back a little bit more, but what's done is done. Gonna see if Kriskardiac tries to use this to his advantage. No, not really. Alright, time to maybe punish the Necromancer and kill him. And move these 3 coming units up to the front. Can you get through there? No? No, I can't. Okay. Oh, that's tempting. Getting the idol here of Kriskardiac. Gonna level the playing field a little bit when it comes to the morale difference between these 2 warbands. Taking the idol is -16 morale. See another warp card revealed there in the top right corner. Both of the Warlocks could probably finish off the Necromancer, and I think they should do that. Okay, I can't say I really like this. Like, why? Why? Why waste a consumable like that? The only unit that's nearby is the Necromancer, and he's gonna pull back. He wants to pull back. I don't see the strategic sense in doing that. Getting the idol here would be good though, because it gives you +3 movement to one of these really slow heavy armored warriors. Come on, take the idol. There we go. Also has a slot left. This could be a good way to... Also a extremely bad ambush position here then for Quist. I say it's really bad because this is the kind of mistake that a lot of players seem to do. You see the door opening here and the other way around as well, where you could go around him. Well, every single character has a character aura around them, and what Quist is doing here is just the aura will go out and will be in front of the door as well on the other side to his left, and any character that wants to avoid the ambush, they just run into him and they won't trigger the ambush. So that's just wasting 2 red pills right there and not having a stance. Yeah, that's the unit you want to go and get. You can see here that he actually has light armor. See 1 Verminkin at least. Also very separated. I think that Kriskardiac has gotten a little bit of the worst here. He's more spread out. I think that Quist's units are not as tangled up with Kriskardiac units. They're more concentrated. So definitely a better deployment here for Quist. And that's not even counting the initiative advantage that he had here. Armor of Righteousness, of course, very popular spell. Spell that many seem to think makes their warband invincible, but one by one, all of these heavy armored warbands that rely entirely on the warrior priest and Armor of Righteousness seem to go out of the tournament. We've seen this spell 1,000 times, but we can bring it up again, just to give you a little bit of a refresher what it does. It's one of the most powerful spells in the game, effectively denying that area, and I think it was a good choice because we saw that 2 units would be likely to come through from that position. It's mostly an annoying spell if you have a fight within it. But if you're just passing through, it's only -1 red pill, so it's okay. Still incredibly efficient for what it does. Run out of time. Could have gone into an ambush here, would have helped to protect his marksman that's to the right here in the building, that this particular warp guard might go straight after and lock down. Gonna see if that happens. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but alright. And using exhaustion, so he gets 1 blue pill to move a little bit. Takes 30 damage for it. I think that was unnecessary. Why does he need to be up there? I don't know if Kriskardiac realized that what he needs to do here is engage. 3 marksmen are vulnerable, engage them. That would effectively negate a lot of the firepower of Quist. You can't have them just standing around and shooting. Okay, here we go. So it seems like the even if the war piece had wandered into an ambush, there was still another path in. Yeah, I don't know why, but okay. Might come up something from behind here. Remember that both the captain and the champion are close by. Bit of an unlucky, but at least he's tying this unit down. I don't know why he's going into exhaustion. That's probably not worth it whatsoever. Probably not worth it. You take 30 damage to get a single parry stance. And you already have heavy armor. How much damage will you take from a hit? Maybe there is actually a little bit of room here to disengage from that. He's not that far in with that particular marksman at least. He was with the other two, but... See a mutant as well. Alright. Slicer, clawed feet, and what looks to be Smasher. As you can see here, you can just go through the door now and effectively negate the ambush. But why would you want to go in there? Do you really want to hit on a Armor of Righteousness heavy armor warrior? That seems like an inefficient target for you. You need to get something soft and squishy like one of the warlocks. Goes in, fails the fear test, one of the big weaknesses of the mutants. And not gonna have a good chance of hitting now. Nor doing damage, a strong blow with... Really not good, really not good. Doesn't even have...
A new round has started.
Doesn't even have adrenaline rush for a third attack. So why do a strong blow? Could just use 3 attacks instead. Alright. Exceptionally poor turn, I think, by most units. Let's see if that changes. Yes, do start to target down the Necromancer. You can get an easy first kill here. Maybe he has a more important target in mind. That would be the mutant in that case, like... Yeah, you can't just fire there. No, but you had a chance to shoot when you were further to the right. God damn it, Quist. Unbelievable. Yeah, you can't do that. Oh. Completely wasted the turn here of the Warlock. And put in a very poor position. Why didn't you just fire? Unbelievable. Now, I hope I'm not gonna see a nerve shot this time. Use adrenaline rush. There we go, at least one marksman who knows how to handle things, although he didn't do that in the first turn. Good damage. Could have been a kill here, but yeah, let's not dwell on that. Let's just go through with the game and not reloading, using a dodge stance instead. Who does he feel threatened by? Yes, he's in a poor position, but who's going to fire at him? If Von Troxer could maybe find... he won't be able to get towards them, so he's gonna take the roughly 60 damage here. Good choice, I think. Very good choice. He needs to be mindful though that he doesn't put himself in a situation where he will be killed off by, for example, the Globadier up there. In his previous position he could be shot at. Let's see where he wants to retreat this time. Yeah, why not? He's not gonna die anyway. 80 wounds and then taking maybe 50-60 damage or something like that from Warpstone Overcharge, and that means 20 wounds left. Yeah, he needs one hit and he's toast. Yeah, hopefully the other Warlock can go and finish off the Necromancer here. You see one of the nice things there with the chain shot of, let's bring that up. We're having a boring game anyway. After dealing the range damage, yeah, that's one of the main advantages of the Marksman, and we can see that he can indeed disengage, and that's very good for Quist. At least something's going his way. So he can get 2 shots off here and probably kill once Holbane. Reroll and Adrenaline Rush once more. We're gonna see a killing blow here. Yes, we are! So we take a 1-0 lead here for Quist. Bringing down the morale to a very similar levels right now, with the idol taken as well as the hero being lost here. And this is the problem for Kriskardiac. He needs to engage. He can't just... And he needs to take clever engagements, not like the mutant down there in the bottom right corner. That was a really, really foolish engagement. That's gonna hurt him. Probably gonna cost him his mutant as well. Alright, gonna wait here. See what he can do after the sorcerer leader makes his turn. Don't really know what this sorcerer is up to right now. Here he comes anyway, trying to support the mutant here maybe. There is a cool combination you can do with mutants and I like this a lot. Minus 40% armor, good, very good. As well as some hefty penalties to dodge and parry. But there's a nice combination you can do, because there are some mutated arms that give minus 20% poison resistance, and of course all of the mutant arms for the secondary effect depend on poison checks. So yeah, Bless of Filth, adding another poison can be cool. We see order here. We're right to see that he actually had that. Succeeded at all of the poison checks though. You kinda need a sorcerer or someone to stack on any kind of debuff to poison resistance. Okay, so he's not going after the the warp card. He's clearly heading towards the mutant, and I think that's good. Why not? Maybe he could even go down here and go around. He doesn't have the movement for that. But getting to the sorcery lead would obviously be a big blow. And remember that he is really hurt. Around 120 wounds left. Wow, that's actually pretty lucky. That's a 10% chance of happening, and with a stun of 50% that turns down to only a 5% chance of appearing. A little bit less actually if you count in the hit chance percentage as well. So that was very lucky. That might seal the fate. Remember that if he was that poor against Fear and Terror, the mutant, which they almost always are, unless they... Then, anyway, since he has a helmet and stuff. But that also means that he's gonna be poor against All Alone. Yeah, hopefully we're gonna see... Wow, getting a maximum amount of damage there in that shot. Third one. 5% curse chance right now. Yeah, he might be killed off here. He might be killed off. I'm gonna use the talisman, I don't know. It's not really of use much. The sorcerer lead is not gonna cast any powerful offensive magic on the warlock here, I don't think. He steps into deny the heretic, so he has -1 red pill, massive warp poison, really cool. That's -4 red pills if he does hit with something. Why does he... Why does he insist on being within deny the heretic? He could have gone out of it. It's not that well placed. And goes into deny the heretic again, so loses another red pill. Completely in vain. Completely in vain. He doesn't seem to know what he wants to do. Lands a warp poison here as well. -4 red pills. It's not a very good spot to be in. Okay, Globadier, he's really far off. What can he do? Can he come up here and... If he could get up the stairs here, he could probably kill off the warlock maybe. Or at least do hefty enough damage on him that one of the warp cards can finish him off. He's really vulnerable, he doesn't have much. Okay, I'm not gonna say that that's extremely bad, but it's not mastered, so it's only gonna last for 1 turn. And it's kind of like adding something in excess. You know, it's cake on cake. It's because you already have drained his amount of red pills. Now you're gonna make sure that he's not... Oh wow, we're gonna have to look at this. It's a skill you almost never see in the PvP here. 20 to 40 damage from the poison layer. It's gonna trigger at some point. Gonna have to watch out for that. Anyway, so you're preventing him from casting spells and you're removing 4 red pills from him. Surely must have been a better target for warp poison if you knew you were gonna go up with Strangling Globe. Strangling Globe for 1 turn as well. You can go around here and go down and kill. No, okay, fine, kill him if you can, but you could have gone down there and really started getting some hurt on certain other units. For example, the Sorcerer Leader. But no matter, it's 2-0 to Quist, and it's 2 heroes that's down. Where is he? He's just around the corner here. We don't have the movement for that, alright. Someone else will. Could be a pretty good move actually. I think you still have the +3 movement from capturing the idol for at least this turn as well. And so that warrior could probably catch up with him. Can only search on the minimap to see exactly where the sorcerer is. Just need to hover his cursor around. It's not doing that right now. Maybe it's not interested, but we can see that Quist is taking a very, very solid lead here. It's going to be very difficult to catch up on for Kriskardiac. He's not in a good position right now, and I don't think he's doing any decent damage. So how can he turn this around? Gonna go into deny the heretic, I suppose. No, he actually avoids it this time. Maybe we can get into the warlock, yeah. It would be good to try and focus this unit down. Kill Brontifer. I feel that's kind of what you need to do with the Black Skaven to begin with. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Because what he did was he went in with poison on the warrior, so he has only 1 red pill, so he can't even go after the sorcerer and do any kind of damage. Plus use adrenaline rush and it's just a single attack. But wouldn't that have been much more effective to just kill off this warlock and then retreat? Doing a bit more damage on him instead? Especially since you did lose 2 red pills to the same Deny the Heretic cloud. Gonna see the idol be taking here, aren't we? Seems like Kriskardiac went to the wrong, and now he steals there. Went to the wrong part of the wagon. Try to loot the wagon instead, it doesn't have anything. There you go, -60 morale for Quist. It's actually pretty significant, but he needs to produce kills if he wants something to turn around here. Takes 30 damage. For what? Yeah, you better get in there if you're gonna take 30 damage to make sure that you... There we go. Good hit. Could possibly kill him here then. And he does just that. So Kriskardiac is trying to even up the score here, killing a hero himself. That's good, it's only 1 hero advantage for Quist right now. Why? Why? Yeah, let's just hope that that ambush triggers, otherwise you're taking another 30 damage in vain. Herkirat could possibly go and tie up that warp guard that's by the stairs. If he wants to. Because he has enough of a melee presence to possibly handle those things this day. Now to see, just 1 red pill. Is he going to go chasing after the sorcerer or tie down Flea here? Could be a good choice too. Yeah, tie him down. Tie him down with a web of steel. Aww. So the ambush was triggered and that was not worth 30 wounds, I think. But At least he made sure there would be no tying down of his landscape, and at least with this unit, but it's going to come, it's going to come. And I would be a little bit worried for Kriskardiac still. He doesn't seem to have all of his units in the game, so to speak. They are a bit off now. They need to close in and start producing damage and tie up units. How can it take him such a long time to get there? He's... Alright. So it's not a ranged unit as they usually are, the Verminkins. Gonna be interesting to see if we can trigger that Wordstone Lure, by the way. It's still hanging around there. I think it's a very odd choice to go for the Wordstone Lure, considering that Kriskardiac is also putting a lot of his units in the vicinity of the Wordstone Lure, so he's gonna take damage from that. Let's see here. Warrior Priest. He might do that. Why use exhaustion here? What is your problem? It's not worth it. You're taking 30 damage for a hypothetical... good lord. Yeah, even if Kriskardiac miraculously win this, he's going to go straight out. Straight out. Unbelievable. Yeah. You see the Wordstone Lure there? But he does this consistently. I don't get it. I don't get it. Gift of Savage, that's gonna really help him, because he can't cast spells this particular turn. Good choice. I like this choice. Doesn't he have a mad caps or something he can use to produce a little bit more damage? Maybe it does not. That's a warp card that took exhaustion and 30 damage for no gain as well. It's kind of the theme of Kriskardiac's warband. No, don't do that. I think the champion is still disengaged from that, and you could have actually blocked him in against the wall. Okay, go and get the marksman now, come on. And don't get triggered by the captain. There we go. I think that's an angle he could disengage from. Yeah, it is. At least he's doing a little bit of damage. Of course, maybe he should have gone around here to his right and gone up and killed Von Trox instead. Von Trox only should have around 20 wounds left. Could have been an easy kill, you only need to hit him once. Triggered ambush. Lucky for you, Plague, that didn't punish you even further.
A new round has started.
I apologize for the mouse moving here. It seems to be coming from could target the black Skaven. Could target. Oh, yeah, you can target the black Skaven, I think. No? There we go. Bit more effective here. Targeting just another hero, diminishing the power that Kriskardiac has available to him. I kind of hate this with Quist. You know, when you just cycle between items back and forth, you can actually go to the right and to the left. But Quist always goes to the right every single time, and it just wastes a lot of time. And this is a fine counter argument to players that seem that they are always running out of time. Yeah, I mean, because you're wasting time a lot of the time as well. That is the big issue. I don't think I've ever seen someone, you know, trying to... Wow, 68, that was really lucky. I think that's the maximum amount of damage that Warp Stone Overcharge could actually do there. But I don't think I've ever seen a player that has run out of time from doing anything that's, you know, a good move, like trying to... There we go, Wordstone Lurk triggered. Trying to stack on, you know, Doomweaver debuffs, or using the passive of the Necromancer to cast as many spells as possible. I've never seen that. No one has ever run out of time on that, and that's the biggest fear people always cite, that you run out of time because these units are time intensive. Yeah, but mostly people are running out of time on their henchmen as they are not doing much. And we see another score here for Quist, making it 3-1. And third hero goes down. Only one hero left now, and that is the Globadier, and then you have the injured leader. Taking those two down, and okay, gonna 62, there we go. So 18 wounds, yeah. Said about 20. 18 wounds left. The too easy kill here with the marksman if Kriskardiac would only act upon it. Needs to do that. One of the warp cards here is unengaged, but one of them could also just flee and then target one of those two marksmen and kill them. For example, Shank. Should probably do that. At least that would be in a few kills here, and Kriskardiac is desperate. He needs to catch up. He needs to catch up fast. And I'm not sure that he can actually do that. I don't think he can. I mean, you have the Order Leader, for instance, but the Order Leader doesn't have anything worthwhile to target with them, because these warp cards don't do enough damage. Yeah, sure, why not? Well, it's not like you can do anything, just end the turn. Alright, at least checking up some stats there. Looked like from that he was searching for Kriskardiac, but it looked like a half-hearted attempt because he found nothing and didn't even try to move the cursor around that much. So what can the sorcerer leader do? I don't think he can do too much. Did he have warplock pistols so he can actually start firing something? No. He tries to go up there even though both of his melee heroes have died. He needs to be careful, he's gonna get chased down. A warlock would be the perfect target to... the perfect assassin to chase him down with. Alright, gonna protect them a little bit from shooting. And make other targets easier to hit as well. Actually, let's just bring that up so you can all see what it does. 50% and then minus 30% melee resistance for everything that's not safe. Barely survived there with a stun resistance check. 60% chance and made it. Lucky for him, or he would have lost the sorcerer leader as well. Just trying to do another sorcerer's curse here on Wrath, the captain of Quist. It's a very odd choice here for Malaron, I think, you know, having mastered Web of Steel and mastered defensive stance. It's very inefficient in a way. Alright. That was a bit lucky. Very, very lucky. 6% chance to score that critical. And also going through the parry, and yeah, that was very lucky. You could use the poultice on yourself to get rid of that, but... wow, Malarona only has 10% armor left now that the Sorcerer's Curse has taken effect. This is the most important unit of Kriskardiac's warband right now, I think, because this is the only unit that's going to do a lot of damage. So what will he do? No! No! Oh! Unbelievable! And you throwing it on... Unbelievable! You need to do damage, Kriskardiac. You need to do damage. And a vital shot. Tell me you're not gonna leave him there. Good. Yeah, Kriskardiac. If you want to have Stern Glow be such a big part of your strategy, then at least get it to mastered. You know, it targeted the champion, it targeted a single warrior and the warrior priest with that, and it's not worth it. Yeah, the champion and the And the warrior, they cannot use things like insult for one turn, but basically useless. Can he reach someone here? I can. I think he can charge. Can't he? Yep, he can charge. And what a poor position he has put the Globadier in. Good lord. And just like that, Kriskardiac has lost the game. Well, you could argue that he has lost the game earlier than this, and you would be right, but I don't think there's any chance whatsoever of Kriskardiac coming back right now. I mean, even if Quist has a very low morale and 2 henchmen that could die off here giving minus 38 morale, it's still not enough. You need damage to be done. Yeah, that's true. That's true, I suppose. Okay, Itch, go and kill the marksman. Von Trox, kill the marksman. He has 18 wounds left. Instead, you're going into the heavily armored warrior priest in a stance that has a single wound. You can see that the tactical decision making of Kriskardiac here is really subpar. And if it was the case that we had a much tougher competition in the group stages, I don't think Kriskardiac would have made it. I seriously don't think he would. He's obviously how he's playing right now and how he's performing. He should not really be in the playoffs, and he's going straight out. And same a little bit to Quist here. I don't think he's gonna last if he's gonna do a similar performance like this against what is probably going to be Faro 85. Good. Go and kill Von Trox now, please. Should have 2 attacks. Oh. Okay, goes into Marandrax instead. Alright, alright. Maybe he has a plan. At least he's locking him down. But he is pretty hurt himself, and he could get killed, and then Marandrax gets out of there. You know, it's not a... Plague is really not looking good either. Lots of units here of Kriskardiacs are about to die, and only 2 of them from Quist. Corrosive Miasma. Yeah, it's gonna go there. Alright. Well, insult, obviously. I also don't really like Quist's captain here because I think it's a little bit same thing as we criticize Kriskardiac for a bit of cake on cake. Like you have mastered insult and mastered kidney strike to remove, but I mean it makes you a big big support unit, and you can really hurt someone that has a high melee resistance, provided you do hit, and you might want to stack the normal insult on such a character before you Hurricane Wrath, the captain comes in and target them. Searching for the charge, unfortunately didn't go off. Bit unlucky there. Yeah, I think Marandrax here is going to survive. Another unit that takes unnecessary damage for no gain. Go and kill Von Trox now, come on. It's starting to be so silly that you're not killing. Or at least get the Warlock, just get your priorities straight. Okay. I don't mind this. He's under Sorcerer's Curse, he's gonna take a lot of damage. Why not? Highly damage on. That's good. Deny the Heretic here would be decent, but it's not like... yeah, I hope you do that. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, but it's not as if it's available due to Strength Glow. Burn the Witch is not going to be useful right now. Well, I hope that doesn't backfire, because if that goes before the Sorcerer, it means he will have another turn under Sorcerer's Curse in vain. Although he would still have been under that until the Sorcerer comes into effect. Still plenty of targets that could have attacked him, I suppose. Alright, doing about the same damage to himself as his opponent. Really trying to get Malaron here and kill him off. You want to use Adrenaline Rush? I don't know, he is desperate. Kill Von Trox! Come on! He's 18 wounds, he's right there. No one bothers with him. Fine, it's supposed to do damage to the Warlock, but would it be nicer to do focus damage? Maybe you could get someone else in on Malaron. No, it's probably not possible. Could be if you go by the house. Is there an opening? Let's see. I mean, the only way for Kriskardiac to get out of this is to play the morale game in. The Quist fails.
A new round has started.
But no. I'm gonna see lots of damage coming in now. A plague might not be long for this world. I'm annoyed that they didn't kill Von Trox. Like, I think that's... Takes it down to 4-1. Now you can see it's quickly becoming unmanageable here. Might actually kill off Plague here as well. You can see the issue that Quist has with cycling. There we go. Wow, actually has decent magic resistance. That was a bit of a surprise. Gonna try again. Ah. Alright, that investment actually paid off quite handsomely for Kriskardiac. Too late it came in a moment when it doesn't actually matter. I don't think that was worth it either, like, he used one blue pill to move away and then into that dodge stance. Surely could have done better than that. Oh, it's a nice idea. The sorcerer leader is right down those stairs. Not these ones, but within the actual building. Maybe if he's lucky. No, he's not. What you could do is just delay here, and because as soon as the sorcerer's turn comes up, then Sharding Mist here will disappear, and you have a much higher chance of hitting. Not gonna take that advice, and Von Trox lives on to do damage. And Plague is about to go down as well. Don't use Adrenaline Rush. So I think Quist had a slightly better deployment here, but I don't think that's the whole story. I think Kriskardiac did too many mistakes. He was too cautious. He moved forward with some units, so it came to him piecemeal, just like the AI does, and hasn't really used his offensive power to the full extent, and that has cost him this game. Can he be lucky here and hit? Again with the cycling. And he did with the hand shot. Alright. The locked in Globadier. Poison Cloud maybe. Switching weapons. See, it's not that much left here. 18... 20, yeah, what is it? 22. 22 more morale, and then Kriskardiac has to take a route test. That's just the loss of this Globadier. Because losing here is minus 22 morale. Poison Cloud is usually the go-to here for Globadiers that get caught, because they don't actually do much damage in melee unless they're built for it, and they almost never are. You can see that Huckstraw here has a lot of wounds left in melee. Should still have 4 red pills left over. Would have done more damage with Poison Cloud. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be the big target, I think. Remember that if he dies, the Globadier has to take the route test, and the Globadiers are really poor at taking them. Fails the Enshrouding Mist. He's relegated to being a support character right now, and that's not gonna be contributing to Kriskardiac turning this around, but it's too late. Congratulations to Quist. He's definitely going to win this game, and he's gonna win it in this turn, probably. Yeah, I don't see how he could not. Unless Kriskardiac makes a lot of route tests. Finally succeeds at the Enshrouding Mist here. Wow. Yeah, he is definitely gonna die now. Remember that we do have the captain here, he's very nearby. He's gonna go and kill him. Hopefully Kriskardiac learns from this experience and comes back with a much better warband and practices a bit more. Could use the poultice here to get you. Had open wounds, but I thought he did. I don't feel like I could hit on him. Maybe that was the warp guard. Maybe I'm confused. It's pretty late anyway. Disengage, alright. Still not going for trucks, right? No. That would be the easy target. Right there. I'm very close to killing Marandrax now. But will he have time before he routes? We're gonna see. Plus 15 morale then. Oh no, plus 15 initiative for this character. Hopefully it's calculated he will go above the Globadier in that case. Yeah, come on, don't be tempted. Go after the... Oh yeah, of course the Warlock could probably kill the leader instead. But yeah, he seems to want to go for it. No, okay, he's going to get the Globadier. And he's going to get him, I think. Now this is gonna hurt. Just needs one more hit to kill off the last hero of Kriskardiac. And there we go. 4 heroes and one... yeah, good luck against Pharaoh, indeed. It's gonna be Quist against Pharaoh here. I mean, next in the second round of the losers bracket. Good parry. Might not actually take a route test, we'll see. He doesn't. This is an interesting thing. Many people think that when you go down to threshold you take a route test, and that's true some of the time, and some of the times not. And it has to do with a rounding error. So when you count up your morale, it's even rounded down or rounded up. And depending on which it is, you do a route test at a specific point, or you do not. And for Kriskardiac, he does not, so he needs to lose one more unit here to take her out. Unless, of course, the Warlock kills the Sorcerer leader here, then he has no unit that can take a route test and he will automatically lose. You can finish off the Warp Guard here with the halberd. Doesn't have any wounds left, right? I guess a few. Should be a single hit. Oh, come on! You should have done that a long time ago. Kind of nice though, making sure that Kriskardiac is not getting a kill from Malarone. Okay, now kill the Warp God, please. There we go. Kill him. Yes. Making the score an uneven 6-1. Could even use some insults here too. Route test success! Alright. Not that it matters, it just means that the score is gonna get higher. That would assume that Kriskardiac's sorcerer has 20 in leadership, because the route test is made by leadership times 4. That's your success chance. So if he says that he has 80% chance, then why go into a warrior priest?
A new round has started.
Oh, this is gonna be painful. Look at that. 6 units go before Kriskardiac can actually do anything. And this is the unit that can go and kill the leader though. At 2 lightning blasts and that guy is gone. That's 1. Magic resistance 14, so he has a decent chance here. Score is up to 7-1. It's not much that's remaining here. It's the sorcerer leader and these 2 henchmen. That's all that Kriskardiac has left. Gonna have to take another route test as soon as it's his turn, but I don't know if there's gonna be another turn here. You can be a bit more risky. Go forward and just cast another spell here. There we go. Get slick. Also decent magic resistance. Taking 30 more damage. Yeah, that's always a possibility because Karond can just abandon the game. He doesn't have to stick around and watch this. Most players will just quit by now. I mean, this is only about the actual scoreline, and it doesn't really matter. Scoreline never matters. It doesn't mean that the game was any less close if it's 10-1 or 7-1. I'm gonna go after the sorcerer leader here now. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, looks like it's gonna matter. But if Snick here dies, then Kriskardiac can't make a route test, and then it's game over. So let's watch the credits. Alright, so Kriskardiac is gonna be here and hang around. And there we go, 8-1. That might be the final score. Well, unless another unit here is gonna die, but it's not gonna. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the final score. It's only the warrior that actually can do anything, and he's a bit far off. Remember that the Vermikin here is in sidestep, so it's gonna be fine. So yes, thanks again, well played, and congratulations to Quist, who's gonna go on the face Faro, a game I think that Faro is gonna be heavily favored in due to how these 2 players have been playing in this particular game. I'm gonna see if Quist can come up with an upset and maybe focus his play a bit more. He needs to do that if he's gonna have a chance against Faro. And this is it! Congratulations to Quist, 8-1. Hope you enjoyed the game. And there we go, Quist won, and yeah, I do hope that you enjoyed the game, and we will be seeing Quist go forth against Faro in the second round of the losers bracket, and we hope to come back with more playoff games very soon. Thank you for watching, and see you later.